In the last few years, the fragrances for guys have kind of been so-so on the designer side. You know, it's been more blue this, more blue that. Until recently, Dior, Yves Saint Laurent, and Prada, they all came out with a new fragrance for 2021, and I think the three that I picked are pretty stellar. Why don't we look at them together? Come on. Hey, I'm Peter from Central. On this channel we talk about fragrances, designer, niche, perfumers, so on and so forth. And we discover new ones every now and then. If you're into fragrances or you just want to smell nice, consider subscribing and supporting the channel. Don't forget to hit the little bell, let you know of any of my further posts. Now without further ado, let's get right into our 3 fragrances that I think are pretty stellar from 3 major designers. I guess the first one we're going to look at is one from Yves Saint Laurent or YSL. The perfumer behind this one is Dominique Ropion. And if you like the original DNA of the La Nuit de l'Homme from 2009, I believe it came out the first time, then you're really going to love Bleu Electrique. Like so many of us, we wish that the new formulations of La Nuit de l'Homme would just have a little bit of a deeper and a longer lasting and a more protecting sense. But it doesn't. It's been kind of reformulated over the years and it's just not what it once was. That's where Bleu Electrique for 2021, the new release, comes in. But why don't we give it a spray and see where the fragrance kind of starts off and how does it all sort of function and how does it spray. There we go. It's really quite amazing how much it reminds you of the original DNA when you first spray it. What they did in this one is they added the note of ginger and geranium to give this one a nice little fresh pop when you first spray it. It is a warm and spicy fragrance with the softness of lavender and a little floral note due to the geranium. It's a delicate citrus with just enough depth to remind us of the original DNA of La Nuit de l'Homme from 2009. If you love that one, you are really going to be amazed by this Bleu Electrique from 2021. It's probably one of the better flankers out of the entire line. The fragrance lasts all day and it is sexy and just a little bit on the powdery side. And here's a little something extra for you. If you look at the bottle, of course it looks blue, but it is not the bottle. If you flip this thing over and you look through it, the bottle is actually clear and the juice inside is blue. Hence the name Bleu Electrique. How cool is that? But let's move right on to a new one or the next one, and it's going to be a release from Prada. And this one, the bottle unfortunately is actually blue, but it's also very cool looking. This fragrance here is called Ocean, and it's a 2020 release from Prada. This one is quite a bit different from the other flankers of the Luna Rossa line. This one is going to have some lavender, some sage as the main players, and there's also the added note, there's a caramel note in this one, which gives me a little bit of a hint of marzipan, so it's kind of on the sweeter side, although I wouldn't call it a gourmand just yet. The Artemisia in this fragrance and the Haitian vetiver and the leather note keep this one a little bit too far away for me to call it a gourmand, at least to my nose. Imagine the original Luna Rossa with a smooth iris note and a little bit or a hint of marzipan. As far as the longevity is concerned and the projection, it's going to be right along the side with the original Luna Rossa. This one surprised me. It's a really good release from the Prada line. Fits perfect in the lineup, and it's not an oceanic scent. It is oceans at night with some good depth to it. The next one is called Elixir. Yep, that's his name, Sauvage's Elixir. And yes, the name fits perfectly. François Demochy is behind this one, and all I can say about this perfumer is he's a fantastic perfumer. He's given us lots of fragrances that are completely amazing, and this one is no exception. Unfortunately, this one is going to run you right around $70-something per ounce. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. I think it's almost at the niche side of fragrances. But let me tell you, I think that the price is validated in Sauvage Elixir. I wore this one as my fragrance today. It's the end of the day. And I love every minute of it. It smells so good on the skin even after a few hours. And it has really good projection and longevity. Now don't get me wrong. I think Elixir, or I'm not ragging on the original Sauvage. I really do enjoy that as well. Or the EDP, which is my favorite out of that until now. I actually do think that I like the Sauvage Elixir just a little bit better. You got your magnetic cap on here as well. But this one is for me at least, is a completely different scent that kind of gets away from the Sauvage a little bit, even though you can still tell that it is a Sauvage fragrance. Smooth, spicy freshness with a hint of lavender. It also has a strong amber and patchouli base with just the right amount of licorice that is completely kept alive and vibrant with some vetiver and really nice sandalwood. This fragrance is expertly blended. It's a complete new take on Sauvage. And if you get a chance, go out and get yourself a little sample. Try it out on your skin, see how it wears. At first, it's going to be a little bit overpowering, just like most of the Sauvages if you're not used to them. But if you're looking for something that is in the direction of Sauvage, smells like a Sauvage, but has a new twist to it that's for today, I think Elixir is a really nice scent. And it's going to carry really wonderful in the fall and winter months. Elixir lasts you all day. It's beautiful, it's masculine, it's just the right amount of depth, and it has a big sillage. And the dry down is really nice after a while, once it mixes with your chemistry. I really do enjoy it all day. This is probably not going to be everybody's cup of tea, I understand that. For some people, this is probably going to be a little bit too strong or a little bit too much. You know, if you love the original Sauvage, which was very kind of airy and light and very powerful, this is much deeper. It's a very masculine scent, I think, but it's really beautifully done. But if you like a fragrance that has an impact, then Dior Sauvage will not disappoint you. Cheers. All right, that was it. 3 fragrances that I think are great releases from designers in 2021. Pretty stellar fragrances. If you got anything out of this at all, please do consider love, like, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things that support the channel. I want to thank you in advance. Please do take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you soon. Until then, Centrail, out.